What if only a few factors are controlling most of your results? Many people are exhausted because they are trying to improve everything at the same time. There's an important lesson I've learned in mathematics. Changing one variable can completely change the outcome of an equation that has several variables. Yes, an equation may have several variables, but all the variables do not affect the equation equally. So, determining the right variable to alter may have a significant effect on your results. On this video, we are going to be looking at what a variable is, what an equation is, and how to look at life from the point of view of a mathematician, and how to apply this in improving your results, improving your life, and improving your relationships. So watch till the end. If you are not yet subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button. Let's ride on. Okay, before we dive into looking at how to think in variables, it will be important for us to look at what a variable is, to define a variable and to define an equation, because both move together. An equation is a mathematical statement that describes the relationship between different quantities. Meanwhile, a variable is simply a quantity that can change or influence the outcome of an equation. An equation shows how different variables work together to produce a specific outcome. Life also has equations. Your income, your health, your relationships, your businesses, your purpose are all outcomes produced by many interacting variables. Now on the board we have an example of an equation which we will call your business result equation. On this equation we have three variables. R here stands for the result of your business, and it is influenced, we have simplified it to be influenced by three variables. The first of which is your visibility. This X stands for visibility, Y stands for the quality of your product, and Z stands for your packaging. You see, your result is influenced by your visibility, the quality of your product, and the packaging. You see that all three variables influence your result, but they influence it in different amounts. You see, visibility here has a coefficient of 2. It means that a change in your visibility brings about a double effect, contributes a double effect on the result, and a change on the quality of your product brings about a triple effect on the result. And then we have the packaging, is the list of all three variables affecting your result. So thinking in variables is about identifying the variables affecting a particular outcome and trying to assign a coefficient to each variable so that you determine which variable influences the results you desire the most. And instead of focusing on changing all the variables, you focus on changing the variable that has the highest effect on the result. In business, variables might include the quality of your product, as we have seen, your visibility, your pricing, or your customer service. There are so many factors that can affect the result of your business. In your career, the variables could be your skills, your consistency, your relationships, or your communication. The mistake many people make is trying to improve everything at once. But just as in mathematics, not every variable has the same influence. Not every variable has the same coefficient. So thinking in variables is all about, first of all, determining which variables are affecting your result. Secondly, assigning a coefficient to each variable. You evaluate which variables have the greatest effect on your results, and then you assign them a coefficient. And then after assigning them the coefficient, you look at which one has the highest coefficient, and that's the one you need to focus on first. So identifying the variables with the highest influence is a key step towards thinking in variables. For example, if people don't know that your business exists, improving your packaging, improving the quality of your product, and not doing anything about your visibility may have little effect on your results. But now, if you have a high visibility, what you may need to focus on is your pricing or your packaging. So each business has its own equation. If you are a student struggling in mathematics, the issue may not be intelligence. The key variable could simply be consistent daily practice. So identifying the key variable takes you one step ahead towards achieving a better result. Many successful people think in variables without even realizing they're thinking in variables. You see, they identify the variables that matter most and concentrate their effort there, and so they improve significantly on their performance. So don't just work hard, decide the right variables. That's how mathematicians solve equations, and it is often how we solve problems in life. God is not just interested in changing our outcomes. He gives us wisdom to identify the variables that matters most. Many people pray for different results while ignoring the areas God is calling them to change through His Word and through the guidance of the Holy Spirit. God helps us discern which variables to focus on in order for our lives to produce lasting fruit. But sometimes we do not listen. As James reminds us, if we lack wisdom, let us ask God, for He gives generously. If you are intentional about building your mind in problem solving, in entrepreneurship, in faith, through mathematical thinking, then you're on the right channel. Subscribe, like, share for us to discover the amazing contents we are sharing. Is the CEO of Kami Supplies. We are headed for the top, for the bottom is crowded. Join us on this journey. Thanks, be blessed. See you on the next video.